Hello there, my name is Mr. Woodward and I will be your religious studies teacher when you arrive here in September at Burbridge High School. In terms of what you can expect throughout your study here, you'll be looking at various different questions which you can kind of see dotted around the PowerPoint. And if you choose to take the subject further at GCSE, you can see that the results we've been getting recently are pretty impressive and you can expect to do pretty well. In terms of what you'd expect when you first arrive here in September, the first topic we'll cover is probably the most important question in all of religious studies, and that's basically, is there a God? Because that's the basis of everything we study there on in. But we don't look at it in that kind of simplistic way. Instead, we start with a philosopher called Friedrich Nietzsche, who stated that God was dead and that we, human beings, had killed him. That doesn't mean literally killing him, but more we'd killed the idea of God. And then he asked the question, what should we do now that God is, in our minds, dead? And so we look at the different arguments for and against the existence of God, and then we work out whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing to see religion declining in our society. Having dealt with that big question, we move on to another large question, which is how do you become a better person? Ancient philosopher, a guy called Aristotle from ancient Greece, claimed that it is our duty as human beings to try to improve ourselves, to become better people, and he lays out a pathway about how we should do that. So we spend some time getting to grips with that philosophy, and then we link that into some religious thinkers who have lived different lives, and we try to work out whether or not they've been decent people or not. And then the final topic we look at is one that's been in the media over the last few years, about whether or not we should start banning certain pieces of religious clothing. Our current Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, referred to ladies wearing the burqa in Islam as looking like letterboxes and bank robbers. We asked the question whether it's acceptable for a Prime Minister to make these kind of statements and whether or not there's any grounds for banning a piece of religious clothing which covers the face and the whole body. And that's pretty much Year 7 religious studies in a nutshell. When you get into Year 8, you cover some different topics, but when you get here, I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. So I'll look forward to seeing you guys when you arrive in September. Hope you enjoy your summer.